What were your instant reaction? What was your first reaction when you saw what the Bears got back when they traded with the Panthers?
Wow, Bear fans are going to have to wait an hour or maybe two on draft day to find out who they take with their first pick. But I'll tell you what, I'm saying that halfway being funny, but I think it's a very good trade for the Bears, and I'll tell you why. They get two first rounders, right? They trade with Carolina. They get the ninth pick. They get the 61st pick. So they got a first rounder and a second rounder, right? First rounder and a second rounder. That should be two. You have a great chance to get two starters right there. As far as the future picks, a number one next year, we always looked at that because it's a year from now as a number two. And then the following year in 2005, we would look at that two as probably a number three. So in future picks, let's just say that they're going to get a second round and a third round pick value wise. They're still picking in the first round, but value wise, because they can't use them right now. And that's just kind of draft talk, how we would look at things from the chart, as we always talked about. The real key to this is I really thought the Bears, if we talk about how they're the blueprint, is it going to be the Philadelphia Eagle blueprint? Well, the Eagles went out and signed A.J. Brown as a free agent receiver. He made the difference, in my opinion, on that offense, particularly for young Jalen Hurts, the quarterback. Well, the Bears, okay, they make the trade. They get DJ Moore. DJ Moore, guys, he's 25 years old. He's not a guy that's been hurt. He had a couple over 1,000-yard reception receivers. He's averaged about 70 catches a year. This is a number one receiver. He's a one or a two. He's a starting receiver. Let's put it in that box, okay? And if you can get a starting player, okay, in a trade, less like we got, that's equivalent to a number one pick. I mean, whoever they take with the ninth pick, if he comes in and starts, we're all going to be real happy. So I like what the Bears did. Again, they get a number one, the ninth pick this year. They get the 61st pick, which is like a second round pick this year. Two quality players, hopefully two starters, and they get a potential, in my mind, starting wide receiver. Outstanding. The future picks are the future picks.
So in your mind, Coach, Bear General Manager Ryan Poles, he did well in this? He got enough in your mind?
I like what he did. I think he got three starters this year. How you gonna, that's the way we look at it. You got to look at the two draft picks and DJ Moore as being starters. You say you can get three starters in one draft for one pick. You're doing a very good job.
So the Bears now slotted in, as you mentioned, in the first round at the ninth pick. You stay at 9, Coach. You still want to stay there because if four quarterbacks go in those first 8 picks, you're almost essentially picking fifth out of the non-quarterbacks. Do you think they stay there and maybe draft another playmaker on either side of the ball?
Yeah, you know what? There's going to be. I think the Will Anderson will be gone. Probably. You never know. But there's some other pass rushers without getting into them that would be maybe worthy. Hey, maybe Gardner, maybe Jalen. This is where he comes up. You might be nervous about taking him with the first pick, but I wouldn't be if everything is clean and there's no criminal stuff or nothing lingering, and he doesn't have a history. He would be a candidate at this ninth pick in my mind. Or here you go. You're going to get a quality. You're going to get one of the best offensive linemen in the draft. That's how I would look at it.
So what does this mean for Justin Fields? Obviously, Poles has been talking about committing to him, probably wasn't going to take a quarterback. But not only are they not going to take a quarterback, Coach, they go out and get him a wide receiver 1, and now the weapons on offense looking a lot better than they did last year. What does this mean for Fields as he enters a really important third season with the Bears?
Well, I think what it means for Fields and what it means for Luke Getsy and the entire offense and the team is that this gives them a chance to be more balanced. Let's assume that they draft or sign a free agent offensive lineman, maybe draft one with that ninth pick. So now you add a couple other starters on the offensive line, a starting wide receiver. Now you can be more balanced. You don't have to be so run heavy as what they were this year, just because the wide receivers, when Mooney got hurt, we were scrambling. Let's be honest. So this gives them a chance to have a more balanced offense.
Free agency, the negotiating window opens on Monday. Obviously, Ryan Poles felt strongly enough about his return that he pulled the trigger on this deal before free agency even opened. Do you think this changes his approach next week in free agency, or do you think this was kind of in the back of his mind all along, try and get a wide receiver via trade and then attack elsewhere in free agency next week?
No, I don't know. I don't know when this whole thing came together, but I will tell you this, that I'm sure free agent wide receivers was on the list. If you have a wish list and you're sitting here and you say, okay, we'd like to sign maybe an offensive lineman. We might want to sign a great pass rusher, Frank Clark or somebody like that. Uh, a veteran guy. And we want to sign a veteran wide receiver. Well, guess what? They got their veteran wide receiver. That gives them more money in the pot to go get other players.
All right, last one, Coach. Give me a letter grade for Ryan Poles on this deal. Very early, obviously. We're not going to know the full scope of this deal, but in your mind, letter grade for Poles. Knee jerk reaction here on this deal.
I'm going to assume that. Okay, I'm going to assume a little bit that the ninth pick and the 61st pick both are starters for us this year. We get 3 starters for that number 1 pick. I give them an A. If those draft picks, don't start and they can't play or something, obviously the grade changes. Got to get 2 guys that can come in and play for you. You got 3 picks that can play for that first pick. You give them an A.
Coach, you're the best. Thanks for hopping on short notice. We really appreciate you, and we'll talk to you on Monday.
Okay, sounds good, Eric. See you, buddy. Bye-bye.
Have a great weekend. Talk to you.